this is probably the pitch that's taught incorrectly most often. Some of the coaching cues I've heard is pull a lampshade down, karate chop, stuff like that. Pull your hand to your left hip. That's really not what is going on here, and those are not healthy and safe ways to throw a curveball. What you want to see is you want to see the hand actually pronating through the release again, and it's hard for people to understand how this is possible because in order to generate front spin, your hand has to be on the front of the ball. That's true. In this case, you want to do it by having your forearm start in a supinated position, so it's starting to go from supinated to pronated as the ball is coming out of your hand. You still release the ball with your middle finger in front of the ball. That's how you generate the 12-6 rotation. And the axis of rotation is going to be the same as a four-seam fastball, hopefully, perpendicular to the line of travel. Just instead of having backspin, it'll have front spin. You can see when I slow it down how my hand actually pronates, is going through the pronation process as the ball is coming out of my hand, and my arm continues to go into the pronation process and into pronation after the ball comes out of my hand. So this allows me to have a good deceleration pattern and save my posterior chain, my posterior shoulder. Also, you can see that my middle finger is the last finger to contact the ball on the front. So it's important to have that on a seam so you can generate the spin that you're looking for and the RPM that you're looking for. This is really a fun pitch when you get good at this and you get the feeling of doing this. Oh, before I forget, don't try to manipulate this with your wrist. Lock your wrist in and manipulate your forearm with your wrist connected to the forearm. That'll allow you to pronate this pitch a lot better. And what I was kind of getting at is it's fun because when you get a good feeling for pronating it, you can mess around with how much you pronate it, and sometimes you can generate the axis of rotation still perpendicular to the line of travel, but with the right hand side of the ball shifted slightly up compared to the left hand side of the ball on the axis of rotation. And this is the same axis a left-hander would have on his curveball if it was a little bit more of a slurve, if it wasn't 12-6. So I can actually get the ball to break down and into righties on occasion by doing this. But it's really fun pitch to play around with. So the keys for it, though, just to reiterate, is lock your wrist in and pronate through it. Don't try to pull down in front of it or karate chop it. That's going to allow you to generate much better RPM in a much safer way.